Hello everyone, in this video I am going to go over body cavities, organs, and serous membrane. Firstly, this is an anterior view of the torso model. In general, there are going to be two main body cavities. You're going to have the ventral body cavity and the dorsal body cavity. So, in your ventral body cavity, you're going to have your thoracic cavity and your abdominopelvic cavity. And then dividing these two cavities is going to be your diaphragm muscle. So within the thoracic cavity, we're going to have the pleural cavity. So if I take this fella out, you're going to have your pleural cavity, and then you're going to have a mediastinum. So the mediastinum is a central compartment within the thoracic cavity, and then within that compartment is going to be your pericardial cavity where your heart will be. So in the pleural cavity, you are going to have your lungs. You'll have your left and your right lungs. In the pericardial cavity, as I've already mentioned, you will have your heart. And then in the central compartment, we are also going to find other organs such as your thymus, your trachea, your esophagus. You will also see notable blood vessels in there, but we will get to those later. So now we'll be going to the abdominopelvic cavity. And as you may guess, it includes both your abdominal and your pelvic cavity. So in the abdominal cavity, we have potential space called the peritoneal cavity. And within that peritoneal cavity are a variety of organs. We have your stomach, your liver, your gallbladder, your large intestines, your small intestine, your sacrum, your kidneys, which are back here. So these are a little fragile. So you have your kidneys right here, and then you will have your adrenal glands back here. And then if you take the stomach out, you will have your pancreas right here. You will see your other kidney here. And then this is going to be the spleen. So, as we mentioned, there are three cavities: your pericardial cavity, your peritoneal cavity, and your pleural cavity. All three cavities are lined by a membrane called serous membrane. So we have a visceral serous membrane and a parietal serous membrane. The parietal serous membrane is what lines the body cavity, and the visceral serous membrane is what covers the organ. An example provided by my professor is a balloon. If you put your fist in the balloon that has water or air or whatever, the piece touching your skin would be the visceral serous membrane, and the part on the outer layer would be the parietal serous membrane, with the middle part where the water or the air is, the potential air space. So in turn, the serous membrane helps to lubricate the organs and the cavities to help reduce friction and the damage it may cause. Now, going back to your three cavities, like I said, we have the pleural, pericardial, and the peritoneal cavity. For our serous membrane, we would then say your visceral or parietal pleura. Remember, we call it the pleural cavity, but when we're talking about serous membrane, we will take that L away and say visceral or parietal pleura, Pleura. And then for our pericardial cavity, where our heart is situated, we would say visceral or parietal pericardium. So you're basically taking the A and the L away and adding UM. And then for your peritoneal, you would then say your visceral or parietal peritoneum. You're basically taking the A and L away and adding the U and M. Now, hopefully this doesn't fall apart when I turn it over, but let us talk about your dorsal cavity. So, this is going to be a posterior view, and in the dorsal body cavity, we only have your cranial cavity and your vertebral cavity. So in your cranial cavity, it's going to have your brain. So if I take this off, you will see here, you will have the brain, which is in your cranial cavity. And then in your vertebral cavity, you are going to have your spinal cord. That will be all for this video.